In today's video, we'll talk about what it takes to make a successful career pivot when the economy is weakened during the pandemic. Stick to the end of this video because I will be sharing specific steps that'll move you further faster and help make your transition a lot smoother. We'll also talk about how age can be a factor in your career transition. Hi everyone, it's Anna from CV Labs and we're back talking about how to make your job search easier and get you hired for that fantastic job that you deserve. If you want to make the most out of your career, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit the bell to be the first to watch my new video every single week. It's no secret that there's a lot of effort involved in career change, especially considering the added challenges a lot of industries are going through these days.
I declare bankruptcy!
Maybe you've been thinking about switching your career even before the recent events, but now seems like the worst possible time to do this. Let's have an honest look and discuss whether that's actually the case. There were a few different surveys done in the recent years, and all of them reported that most people were happier after going through a career change. At the highest, 77% of respondents said that a career change has altered their life for the better. Have the recent events with COVID forced you to consider a career change? Or have you ever gone through a career change before in your life? I'd love to hear your stories, so start sharing in the comments right under this video and let's help those who are new and considering a career change for the very first time in their lives. The consequences of the pandemic can provide you with an extra forcing boost because if you've been downsized or furloughed, technically you have less to lose when considering a career pivot. The lowest hanging fruit is to consider doing something very similar to what you've been doing before, because hiring managers could easily envision you doing this new job. It's important to distinguish between short-term and long-term career change. For example, a lot of people had to consider a temporary shift more out of necessity until their industry gets back on track. I personally know a few people who work for airline companies and they had to go for other temporary options until people start traveling again and they can go back to their original work. So certain types of career changes can act more like stopgap measures. As challenging as it may be, difficult times like the one we're facing right now bring an opportunity. A crisis usually forces us to take an honest look at the things we do every single day and think carefully whether those things fulfill us or leverage our key strength at all. A lot of people might tell you, how can you be thinking of moving into a new career or a new industry when things are so bad all around?
I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
If you open Google, LinkedIn, or company websites, you'll find that interviewing is still happening and so is hiring. More and more companies will be in need of talent and in need of people now or very, very soon when they're starting to get back to their somewhat normal levels of volume. As a job seeker, you should be on a very active lookout these days. And also remember that you'll probably need to be more flexible and open-minded in terms of what your role might actually look like. Now let's go through 10 important steps for your career change. Number 1, list your key strength, interest, and preferred work activities. Those could be things like communicating with clients or implementing creative marketing ideas or crunching some numbers to analyze performance. And don't forget about those awesome volunteer projects you enjoyed doing in the past. Now comes step 2. Think about your current career. List which of your previous roles leveraged some of those strengths and activities that you just listed in the first step. And now look at it objectively and ask yourself, how much alignment is there between your strength and interest and the things you do at work every single day? Number 3. Before you explore alternative careers, do some research and look for new jobs within the same industry. That is a great way to try and find more alignment with your strength and core interests, but still keep leveraging all of those industry knowledge that you've accumulated over the years. If you can't seem to find anything of this kind and feel even more compelled to look for a new industry, start brainstorming ideas for alternative industries where you could transfer most of your key strength. There is a ton of information and country-specific data online about the industries that are hiring and growing during the pandemic. The list includes technology, digital entertainment, online learning services, healthcare, shipping and delivery, and other options. I'll share a few helpful links in the description under this video. Number 5, start gathering information. The secret weapon for a successful transition to a new industry is doing informational interviews. If you don't know what an informational interview is, that is a conversation you have with another person for purely doing some research and gathering data about their work, their company, or their industry. So you can start by reaching out to your personal contacts who are related to those new sectors you are now targeting. Don't forget to tap into the weaker ties in your network. Those are usually friends of friends, colleagues of your former coworkers, or members of your college alumni network. And of course, make LinkedIn your new best friend. If you want to get more responses from people on LinkedIn and not worry about being ghosted or ignored, here's a video where I walk you through practical strategies to make that happen. Number 6, open your search up to more locations. Due to the remote work setup and the limited travel that might be required for quite some time, you could technically work for a company in another part of the country. Even if you have never explored that option before, now that's available too. Number 7, start looking for some options to increase your knowledge in the new field that you're now targeting. Consider a few online learning options to see how you can bridge your current skills and knowledge with the new field. And one of the best things you can do is use social media platforms, including LinkedIn, to start commenting and sharing articles from the industry's key publications. That is a great and a really stress-free way to start building your thought leadership in the new field. Number 8, upgrade your skills. Right now is a perfect time to learn a new technology or a new programming language or whatever else is at the top of the list when it comes to the skills that are required for those job openings in your new target field. And the great news is that you don't need to go back to school for a full-on, expensive new degree. You are more than welcome to consider standalone courses or certification programs that can help you gain some highly targeted knowledge in a very specific area. Number 9, volunteer to practice the new skill or refine something that you may have forgotten but now need to have it refreshed to make your career change happen. For example, if let's say you need to practice more writing to include more of that experience on your resume, you could volunteer to help your current or previous employer to refresh content on their website or be part of writing some kind of a proposal. That way, it's a win-win. The company benefits from your free help and you get to practice the new skill. And finally, step number 10, time to refresh your resume and cover letter. Focus on your transferable skills and really use your cover letter to express your clear motivation. Because you know what? You've got to own the fact that you're looking for something new because you want to enjoy your work and feel that sense of purpose when you show up at your job every day. And as someone who's been on the hiring side, I can honestly tell you that it's so refreshing to see someone having a stronger sense of purpose among hundreds of other people who are just applying randomly to test the waters and see what sticks. So I can't really hide the fact that age is also a very important factor when it comes to changing careers. What do you need to do if you are over 40, 50 or 60 and want to successfully change careers? First, trim your resume. You've got to only list a few of your most recent positions and don't show dates when it comes to your educational history. Plus, you can always do some online research to look for companies whose teams show some age diversity. Or you can be bold and lead with the advantages that you have as an older career changer. First, you have accumulated a lot more knowledge and expertise than you realize. Plus, you have a much larger network. And on top of that, you've developed more trusted relationships that have formed over years and years of collaboration. As one of my favorite quotes goes, younger people know more about the things that change, and older people know more about the things that do not change. And remember, even though you might be new at something, it does not mean that everything else that you've learned over the years just gets erased. I've personally worked with a few older, more experienced career changers, and I found that they were able to move up the ranks a lot faster than expected, exactly because they were able to leverage those other skills from their initial background, especially when it comes to managing other people. The bottom line is, career change is scary. But considering how much time each of us spends at work every day, you owe it to yourself to be able to chase something that can bring you a greater sense of purpose, fulfillment, and joy. So, Start with small actions. Explore without setting huge expectations. If you don't know where this or that path might lead you to exactly, it doesn't mean that it's not worth exploring. Unless you dip your toe in the waters, you'll never gain more clarity. So, if there is one thing to take away from this video today, it's this: embrace your journey. Believe that you are qualified for the next big thing precisely because of your unique background and not in spite of it. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to hit thumbs up. If you loved it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon.